Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory. And this is, unfortunately, another post-commentary video that I am undertaking due to the fact that my recording setup messed up yet again. This is about the third or fourth time over the last couple of days. And I think I've got it fixed now, but it's very, very annoying all the same that I have to do this. Anyway, this was me sort of just discovering what the hell continuous focuses actually are. So basically, they're just like these things that you can turn on for a little bit, which I think is actually really, really cool because it allows you to, if you want to take a little step back from the focus tree, then you can really, target where your continuous focus is going to go, and actually still gain some use out of the national focus tree when you otherwise wouldn't be able to get any use out of it. So I really, really like it. Anyway, we're just continuing to hunt for the best deals in terms of research. Of course, we're going to prioritize aircraft over boats because boats are of course worthless, and we're not really in the best condition to build boats. We don't really care about boats, but hey ho. Anyway, we're also heading quite nicely towards becoming a free country, which is rather a shame that you didn't get my live reaction, but I remember being very, very confused and excited about the prospect of becoming a free South Africa, which was quite nice. Admittedly, there was quite some bonuses from being free, actually. Well, I suppose bonus, you could say that. But the best thing is that we became free, which is awesome. Like, we become our own country, but it also allows us to still stay within the Commonwealth Research Group, which still provided me those bonuses. So for anyone wondering, you will still get the bonuses if you're part of the Commonwealth, even if you are technically an independent nation. I don't know quite if that should be allowed, because you're not technically a dominion or a colony or whatever of the British Empire. So that's a little bit up for questioning. But whatever, I'll take it. It's fine. That's grand. Okay. Anyway, let's progress to being a free country. Which button to click? That's the button to click, apparently. And now, boom, just like that, we are a member of the Allies, which is lovely. Which is very, very nice indeed. And thankfully, we still get a bunch of those sweet tech bonuses that I was just talking about. So, funny that I knew it was going to happen. Well, that's the wonders of doing a post commentary, I suppose. Anyway, yes, the anti-colonialist crusade is something that we are eventually going to head to, which is something that we do obviously need to focus on our national focus tree. But for now, we don't really need to be too worried. We can really focus on this other tech tree, which gives us a whole bunch of bonuses further down the line, which is quite nice. It eventually gives us an additional 2 or 3 research slots, I think. It also reduces our consumer factories. It gives us steel. I think we've already got the steel one, but it gives us a whole bunch of stuff. It's really, really, really good, and I really, really like it. This was another decision that I sort of made to try and prioritize getting as many military factories as possible, because that's one of the things that I always mess up when I play this game, right? I always fuck up, and I always overbuild on civilian factories. And I know I can convert from civilian to military, but I would always much rather just build a brand new military factory. I don't know why I've got that mentality. I think it's just, if you build a civilian factory, then that's cool, right? But if you have to convert it to the military factory, then you're kind of like spending double the cost to do that. You have to spend to make it a civilian factory, and then spend to make it a military factory, which is completely illogical, because obviously you're taking something that was redundant, the civilian factory, and turning it into a military factory through the conversion process. But again, in my mind, it just sticks as a better idea to build a military factory, which is why I often have so many weapon supply problems in a lot of the campaigns I do, because I'm just so against building or converting civilian to military factories. I don't know why. I'm working on it. Okay, it's a fix that I gotta deal with. Anyway, our recruitable population is looking rather low. We should probably fiddle around with that and get that all sorted. So I think I do eventually decide to just immediately skip over 2 levels of this, whatever, the recruitment policy, because it ends up saving us 150 political capital. Not like it particularly matters. We're doing okay in the political capital department, but again, there's no point in, there's no point in wasting it, but I did waste it a couple of episodes ago. I want to address that, right? Because a lot of people were very, very critical of my decision to do that. I didn't do that I could obviously see that that it wasn't the ideal option, right? But at the same time, what it was signifying was something that I believed in. And so, therefore, I did it because I could. Not because it was the right decision, gameplay-wise, because it was the right decision if I was actually the ruler of South Africa, which I think is very, very important. It's like playing Democracy 3, or it's like playing Hearts of Iron, like this game, or whatever. You have to try and embody what you believe in, and I think that really shone through in that decision, as stupid as it may be, and as critical as you guys have quite rightfully been of my decision. But it's just something that I decided, and it was a little bit of fun, wasn't it? I mean, it's not had any major repercussions later on, so it's fine. It's like, taking a car out for a drive and running out of petrol. If you got more petrol in the boot, it's all good. You can just fill up when you're in the middle of the fucking countryside. If you don't have petrol in the boot, though, you're fucked. And we certainly have got more political power in the boot. We've certainly got a heck of a lot more gusto and bravado and enthusiasm for continuing. So, yeah, we got tons of petrol. But we ain't even stuck in the countryside, so we don't even need to worry. So it basically had no repercussions whatsoever. And honestly, as you'll see in later episodes, we are completely fine for political power. Like, political power is not an issue. So yes, I thought I would address that, an issue from earlier episodes that a lot of people have been bringing up quite rightfully in the comments. But I thought I justified it well enough in the episode, but apparently I didn't, and I'll rehash that now. Anyway, back to the issue at hand. I come across something that is very, very peculiar here, and this is the War Measures Act and all of that sort of left-hand side tech tree. Basically, if you trace that down the very left-hand side, we can unlock all of that stuff. And there's some really legit shit in that tech tree, and that actually removes history of segregation, which gives us a gargantuan amount of manpower, comparable to what we have right now. So this tech tree immediately becomes somewhat of a priority for me, because it really, really is very, very good. And I sort of make the decision that we don't really need to immediately rush for the anti-colonialist national focus right over there. So we can take it a little bit more passively and use the War Measures Act. I mean, we're not really getting, well, I suppose we are getting near conflict time, but we're not really in any danger of being attacked by anyone. Sure, maybe Germany, maybe, I don't know, maybe even Great Britain if we decided to leave the Allies. But at the moment, we're not outside the Allies. We're not in range of Japanese bombers. We're not in range of Nazi soldiers. We're just chilling at the bottom of the African continent, and that is exactly the way that it should be. And it's very, very nice to chill out down there. But anyway, as I was saying, I no idea why. South Africa must be a fantastic place to go on holiday. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. We can afford to take time. That's what I mean to say. We can afford to take time with our national focuses, which I suppose delays the pace of the game slightly, but then again, we're not a major factor in the in global power. We're just not. Also, this is a decision that comes to bite me in the ass in future episodes. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Basically, what I decided to do was I decided to delete the docks in the two provinces so I could clear up an extra slot and build, I think, military factories in there. I eventually build. But basically, that decision was made because we're not going to be a naval power. We're not going to be able to compete. I mean, when we do eventually leave the Allies and we do eventually go up against Great Britain, we're not going to have a hope in hell of producing anywhere near enough ships or submarines or fucking anything that will float on water or go under it for that matter, that will rival the British. There's just no chance. There's absolutely zero chance. However, what I didn't take into account was the fact that we are going to need convoys for trading, and we should have been making them in our docks rather than anything else. However, in the short term, this decision, I think personally, was a very, very good idea, and results in us being able to build a little more, be a little bit more aggressive in terms of our factory building and whatnot. Progressing down the left-hand tech tree is a good time, as you can probably imagine. This is all in 200 times speed, by the way. I'm not a super fast chappy when it comes to Hearts of Iron, but I just thought I'd mention 200 times speed, just in case you think I'm some superhuman. No, superhuman. I'm not. I'm just a regular old douchebag. Industrial tech, I really rate them very highly. They really are so good. And it's something that I always... you know, I do at the start of the game. It's really, really, really apparent at the start of the game, like the impact that they have. But I keep on forgetting about them as the game goes later and later and later. And you just have to keep on checking back and reminding yourself, what the heck tech can we do now? It's 1942. What tech do we research? You know, so I always forget to check on the industry tab, but. Yes, I don't think it can really be rated highly enough. Anyway, I set up a little bit of a manufacturing thing here to try and make us some planes. Just like a rough template, obviously. It's not, you know, we literally can't build any planes because we have nowhere near the materials for it. I don't think on the entire African continent there's any aluminium or aluminum, however you may like to say it. We could build rubber, synthetic, whatever you call it, the oil refinery things, you know, the synthetic oil refinery, if we really wanted to get rubber and oil. But we don't have that tech as of yet, but we might invest in it soon. You never know. Most importantly, though, there's no aluminium, so I think anyway. So we're pretty screwed in terms of aluminium, and that unfortunately that was a little bit too fast to take a good proper look at all of the resources on the African continent. But you can take my word for it that there's not, if there is any aluminium, there's not enough on the African continent. There's a little bit of steel, but not much steel. But there's shit tons of chromium all over like the entire region of South Africa. Anyway, ladies and gents, apologies once again for the lack of audio over the course of the video that I put up. I do apologize. It shouldn't happen again, but hey ho, we'll see what happens. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for putting up with my stupid voice for almost 12 minutes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.